Hey guys, welcome to Creatures Pictures for a new pick a card reading. Creatures Pictures. Today is going to be all about your past lives and how they still affect your current life. And yeah, there you go. That's about it. Let's go straight into it. Don't forget that you can book me as a psychic medium. You can subscribe here, hit the bell to receive all the notifications of the following videos that I'll be posting. Then you can leave me a thumbs up if you like the video. You can follow me on Instagram. I have 2 accounts, one for film, one for spirituality, tarot, and I post makeup on about both of them, just different types. And I don't know, what else? Do you want to get to know me? Do you want to tell me your entire life story? You're welcome to do any of that. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life. Let's go straight. Oh, no, not straight. Back to the future. Let's go straight backwards to your reading, to the future. No, to the past, to your past life, to your future self, to this year, to 2021, and how you can make it better according to what your karma has been in your past lives. Let's ask everyone, your angel, your grandma, your, I don't know, spouse from a previous past life, your best friend from a previous past life, and let's see if they're still in your life today and all that. And stop rambling, Julie. Let's go. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life, the happiest of vibes, the happiest of everything. Welcome to this past life reading that we're gonna do with the new deck that I just purchased yesterday, which is the Jane Austen tarot deck. So I had a lot of synchronicity with this deck when I purchased it. It was really, really weird. And I haven't really had any time to really get to know it or get to learn exactly the meaning that they assign, like the author assigned to all of the cards. But I have a feeling that I have to shoot a video where I'll just use it intuitively because of the synchronicities that happened when I purchased the deck. So one of the main thing with the synchronicities was about the movie Clueless, which I didn't know was an adaptation of one of Jane Austen's novels, the one called Emma. And so if you have any type of relation to that movie, I guess this is confirmation that you, like, this reading was meant to find you. And let's go straight into picking a pile. I don't know why I have like this energy already that I'm channeling. So I'm gonna try to just channel most of the messages here, okay? So if that's not your thing, if you like to watch readings or entirely solely based on the cards and their meaning and not on the interpretation of the psychic or the medium, do not watch this video. I guess that one wouldn't be for you. What would be for you is if you're like open to all kinds of like message channeling and all that. So let's pick a pile together. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. I think pile number 1 is a rose quartz. Pile number 2 is a different type of rose quartz. Pile number 3 looks to me like an orange carnelian, but I couldn't say for sure because, again, I borrow a lot of crystals to my roommate Tommy. And then the 4th one is mine, and it's a red jasper. So I put them in a little gradient order. So if you want to pick your pile and join me in the timestamp that is assigned to each of them in the description box or in the pinned comment. And let's go with pile number 1. If you picked the lightest baby pink, I guess pink quartz. Let's discover your past life and what we can maybe get that you experienced in that past life that's still affecting you today in your current life. So we're gonna start with Janie. I want to call her Janie. So I have the 4 diamond upside down. That would be the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles upside down to me means that you were maybe not protecting yourself enough. The jewelry though really gives me vibe of I don't know, it gives me Titanic vibe, which makes me think of like an impossible love story, and especially the type that has to do with caste. And you know how in past like social conventions, it was just not well seen to be seen with someone from another caste of yours, which is still current in some places, unfortunately. But I don't know why this is the vibes that it's giving me. Although it is a diamond, so a pentacle, I'm getting like strong messages of that order with just the design of the card. Let me flip it so I can look at it in the right order. It's also giving me the vibes of a hard decision to make. I feel like someone had to make decisions that would affect someone else's life, and they didn't want to. I guess that someone would be you. You didn't want to make decisions that would affect other people's life and then feel bad about it. But I'm getting a strong like upper class vibe from this. So it would be, I guess, something relating to royalty, or if not, just wealth. So I'm going to put it back upside down so I remember that it was upside down. I feel like this is giving me vibes of moving forward with like looking back, but having to move forward from something that you are very attached to. We will be looking in the book in a minute, but I just really want to channel most of the messages. I feel like there was at some point some kind of heart-wrenching moment. And it had to do with either making a bad decision that you thought was right in the circumstances, but inside of you knew was wrong. And it was a hard decision to make. And it had something to do with, you know, I think a love story with someone who was not in your caste and social class, or sort of a Titanic situation, you know, where she's like this wealthy woman and she falls in love for this really poor guy, and she knows she cannot be with him, but she really wants to, and then she'll have to look back. So imagine if Rose and Jack did not die on the Titanic. If they had to go back to their normal life, most likely it would have been really hard for them to be together. I feel like there's an energy that's a little more apologetic than it is defensive. Somebody's sorry about something that they have done in this story. And it's funny how that might be relating to something current, because sometimes, oh my God, I can see how that would relate. Fantasia, scorching shares, baby. Every reading. I can see how this would relate to a contemporary story. It's simply that if someone's in love with someone who has because we don't have caste anymore, but we're still very capitalistic, and I would see how someone would be in love with, let's say, a woman of today would be in love with a man who's not very wealthy or not very stable, or maybe he would do something very interesting but that doesn't bring much money. And at the eyes of society, he'd be not seen like a loser, but kind of seen as, like a risk to take, where she would just be like, you know what, I really love you, but I'd rather date someone who's more stable, has something maybe more reliable. Tell me if that relates so far. Oh, and then you have the Chariot, which is so interesting because it flipped when I didn't look at the pile, but it flipped this one, and I think it was so interesting. This is Cancer energy, which is, this is really interesting. Okay, Cancer energy is like very, in some way traditional, but in some way also very outside the box. Like, a Cancer might appear, if you first meet them, as someone who's extremely traditional. You maybe want to see those cards because they're gorgeous. Yeah, they might appear as someone who's extremely traditional at first glance, but then you'll realize how adventurous they are, and how much they love everything that's like outside the box. So this is the vibes that this card is giving me. It's like, I almost see that, there's a couple. So if we go back to the story that I'm picking up on, it would be like, if this city girl is like in love with a country boy, and he would just, it's not about gender, I'm trying to get you to get the vibe that I'm going for, right? So she would just have her life in the city, but every once in a while she'll go back to the country to visit him, and then they'll have the most fun together. And then she'll have to go back, she'll have to go back to her rich girl, city girl life, and she'll look back at those moments spent together thinking, I would go back in a heartbeat. I will go forward with that in a heartbeat. But I cannot, because I have to be reasonable. It was a big deal in the past to do the right thing, be the responsible person. Like, the right thing not as in moral value, but the right thing as the safest thing to do, the right thing to do to please everyone, for just politically correct thing to do. Okay, I don't even remember in what order they came in. And there's like an order of apologizing, which is really interesting. Okay, and this is mixing order. So I feel like it is a story about back and forth. Let's see now with my everyday tarot, which is my most trusting, reliable tarot, what we have. Okay, so we have 3 things. I feel like there's a desire for someone in this story. There was a desire to have the least amount of responsibility on their shoulders, actually. And maybe that's the other person, or maybe it's you. It's kind of like, I feel like it's you. Sorry, I need a sip of water. A desire to be overwhelmed with responsibilities. Yeah, I feel like it might be about the other person, and also like the fact that you might not care about how much they have. Well, you might not even care about this person being loyal or not, or It might be their energy. Maybe I'll pull more tarot because this is kind of confusing. But there is a sense of spirituality here. There's definitely a sense of immaturity and not wanting to take responsibility. But there's also a sense of spirituality. So I just feel like one of you, and I'm pretty sure it's you who picked that pile, is a person that's not immature in the sense of wisdom, because I feel like you're very wise and very you're very into spirituality and into, well, obviously you're watching pick a card videos. Don't need to be psychic to know that one. But you're very, I feel like, connected to nature and know how to listen to signs in nature and that sort of things. And I really, it's the first time it came to me through this card, but I have a strong sense of your ancestors are guiding you, and you know totally how to be in communication with them. And that's like a very special skill. And it takes a lot of wisdom. And I feel like you have a lot of wisdom to kind of like work on yourself and work on your own growth. But everything that's like masculine energy, and that's why I'm picking that it's you, because most of my viewers are always either female, either feminine energy. I feel like there's this part of you who refuses responsibilities in the sense of masculine energy, which means you do not want to have a bunch of liabilities on your shoulders in your day-to-day life, in your earthy life. You really don't like that. And I feel like maybe it comes from a past life where you guys had a lot. I'm sorry, this is flipping, it's so weird. Okay, you guys had a lot. You had a lot, but you didn't want all of that. I feel like you had everything like a girl can wish for, like everything a princess could wish for, but you didn't want to have it because it didn't mean jack to you if you couldn't have the person you loved. And that was the exact reason you couldn't have the person you loved. It was because you needed to have more. You needed to stay where your family was. And I guess your family was the cause of all this, or maybe you needed to marry well to be safe, and your family wanted that for you, and maybe you were a woman, didn't have a choice. The thing is, yeah, I have a feeling you didn't have a choice, but you picked this, and then you felt like all this wealth, all the quality of this life and all the responsibilities that it was coming with was a burden that you did not want to have in your life. You wanted to be a peasant and live free with animals and nature and all that. This is what I'm picking up on. I'm gonna pull a couple more tarot, and I'm gonna go with like this tarot, which is a tarot vision. I just want to pull a couple cards just so we'll know. So sorry if I'm being loud. This makes a lot of sense, very honestly. I'm getting good vibes from it. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you were not very confident in the beginning of your life, because there's this page energy though. So I feel like this was young energy. That was the beginning of your life. And I feel like in the beginning of that life, you were not very confident, and you didn't have maybe the balls to stand up to whoever was imposing those choices to you. It could have been the whole village, you know. But yeah, you were not very confident to, you know, make decisions like that. And later on in the end of your life, you might have either made the decision anyway, or impose your will, or share that wisdom that you've learned from this heartbreak when you were young. I'll say, if I think I did not say little by accident, I feel like it comes probably from a time where women were married very, very young, and I have a strong feeling you were women. So maybe not for some of you, but I'm pretty sure you were women, because women were the ones not making decisions like that. And or maybe you were the other character in this story, I don't know, but I'm really picking up on this one. What we could do to know more about it is to look up the significations of those beautiful tarot cards from Jane Austen, the little booklet. But yeah, just know it was written by an author, so it's not like she wrote it or anything. It's just illustration adapted from her work. So we have the 4 diamond, which says material wealth. I was not that far away from it. A lady's assets give her stability, through she must be careful not to let her things possess her. Oh my God, that is exactly what it was. You refused to be a kept woman. You would run away with your lover. Look back. Maybe you did ended up running away. I feel like you did ended up running away, because that's what I was getting from that Queen of Swords. But I feel like it was later in life. But later in life could have been like your late 20s, early 30s. And it felt late because it was a long time ago. But, you know, a long time ago, they would marry girls as teenage girls. And like, it's as sad as it sounds, today, it was custom in the past. So maybe it did happen. It's not because we're doing this Jane Austen inspired reading that we're calling off from her energies, that it had to be her time when you were alive in that past life. She's just helping us channel those energies. That is really interesting. Then we have 7 of clubs. Challenge. Developing a green thumb requires vigilance. Keep watering your garden. Yeah, I think that was just the fear of getting caught. Whatever was happening, you could not get caught. You needed to keep your things in order. And I think that's what, because people could not discover what you were doing. 7 of... Oh, right, it was the Chariot. The Chariot in this deck is also the 7 of Spades, which is the 7 of Swords, which is extremely confusing. Because that's all... Oh, but that's interesting though. Because in regular tarot, 7 of Swords, at least in the way that I read it, is, for me, the card that says, I don't care what other people think, I just want to do me. Which is really interesting that it comes in with the Chariot, which is the Cancer card, which is my sun and moon sign. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know why some of my friends call me a rebel. My parents used to say that I'm a rebel when I feel like I'm a pretty chill person. But it's true that if I have something on my mind, it's really hard to talk me out of it. Okay, it says assertion. Coachmen in horse-drawn carriage are in control and know where they're going. Oh, it's kind of like you're doing a bad thing, but you're totally knowing where you're doing. And assertion is really a word that makes me think of this card, which is the assertivity of the Queen of Swords, which is softer than the King of Swords, but it's still, it's still firm. It's still like, oh, now I've grown from this and I'm setting boundaries and I just know what I want. I'm going to go for it. You're not going to talk me out of it because I know. The fact that she has some kind of bird on the shoulder, like it's sort of parrots, I just feel like, there's been guidance from an outside source. So either it would be someone else, either it would be your person. Your person would have been telling you what to say when you go back to your family, maybe to make yourself stronger. Maybe this person was making you stronger. That's really interesting. Oh, and the last one is a Joker. I don't even know where that is in the little booklet. Where is it? Oh, the Joker is the fool. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. One must sometimes leave the confine of the house and enjoy a walk around the grounds. That is so interesting, you guys. So I was saying the Joker is that energy of let's go for it, let's go for it. And the Chariot is kind of similar. It's like, let's go for it. Let's just stop thinking for a second. So I think there was probably at some point some kind of, we shouldn't, you know. But yeah, it did happen. And it's very funny. And I don't know how that would relate to your current life, besides maybe there is a different love story. Maybe there's a love story that's like impossible. But at some point, you kind of want to go for it and be like, screw it. I want to go and I want to give it a shot, no matter what anybody thinks, no matter no matter how inconvenient it is. Let's try this. All right. Sorry for the interruption. I had to like wipe that diffuser thing because it was like, I don't know why it's runny, whatever. Okay, so let's check those little oracle cards to see if we can get any more information. So you have the little owl. The little owl is talking about wisdom, which is interesting because we had this card, which is the Page of Wands, which is not always in regular tarot. A symbol of wisdom is actually a symbol of the opposite, pretty much, which is very young and full of energy. It's young and passionate. That's pretty much what it is. But in this very specific one, it makes me think of really listening to the signs of nature and the universe. And then with the little owl, it's kind of like the same thing, except that it's a predator. It wants something, it's going to get it no matter what. And it's always the same energy. It's going to get what it wants no matter what. We have the column, which is exactly the same as my decor right here, as you can see. And those vases that talk about, they all look like ancient Rome / ancient Greece. So that might be a clue if you relate to it. So if you relate to it, like for example, for me, I know that ancient Rome and ancient Greece would be things that I relate to because I'm naturally attracted to their aesthetic. It's often the case with Pleiadian starseed, I've noticed. At least it's in the descriptions. Then you have the Finch, which is Know Your Own Song, which is like kind of knowing who you are and knowing what you want and doing life on your own terms, which is also confirming what we're talking about. So it's like making your own decision even if nobody likes it, like going against the current, really. But I feel like a deep love story here. And then we have Lavender, which is I feel like it's a very soft person that's very, very soft and chill, but that has to act like a tiger to give some tough love to people who are just like, I don't know, like kind of stepping in their way. And the tough love, it could relate to the family, like the family that would stop you from having this love or whatever the situation was. But that's really what I'm getting here. Take it as you relate to it in your current life, because the way you relate to it in your current life is the way you're supposed to relate to it from this reading. But yeah, I'm really seeing this person who just had to learn how to speak up for themselves and how to learn how to go about to it. Like, I want to do a few more cards just to make sure that we know what the lesson would be for you in this life from that past life. Oh, Justice. Know how to balance, knowing how to balance. You might be a Libra. knowing how to balance what's fair, like fighting for what's fair, first of all, and then knowing how to balance what's right for others and what's right for you. That is really interesting. Oh, it's also about waiting for the right time and knowing that sometimes your worst, like your own worst enemy is yourself. I want to know if this person that you were with, that you were like that person that you were into, like that sort of like impossible love story, is this person still in your current life? Is this person present and supposed to be in your current life? I hope the wobbliness of this table is not bothering you. Okay. We have 2 cards. Oh my god, that's exactly the vibe that I was getting. Yeah, it is a twin flame, but somehow one of you, probably them, feel like they're not accomplished yet enough to be with you. And then the reason, like, and you might think it's silly, maybe this person hasn't even come forward towards you, but yet maybe it's somebody you already know. But the reason, you should watch my other like Valentine's Day special and all kinds of twin flame videos. I have 2 coming in. If they're not already on the channel, they're coming soon. Oh my god, I'm getting so much chills from this. This is definitely a twin flame. We be together in impossible love stories in every lifetime type of thing. I feel like this person either doesn't feel like they're rich enough for you, and you might wonder why, because it's not something that you're expecting from them at all. But Fantasia, dude, Taz, it might not be something you're expecting from the person you're with at all, to achieve some kind of like either social success or money. But I just feel like this person is still expecting themselves to achieve more and more success in order to be with you, because they've been so traumatized by whatever happened in that past life that you had together, where they were poor and you were rich, and they had to be the hidden lover, you know? And then they always felt like they were not good enough for you, although you never felt that way about them. Well, at the contrary, but just for you, the family was a burden. But the way they lived through that was very different. And so now they don't know why either, but they feel like they have to do so much just to come to your level, which is no level to be had in the first place, you know? So it might be someone you already know. If you know who it is, I feel like this person needs reassurance, but I don't think there's much that you're going to be able to do about this, because it's like past life trauma. They're not going to get over it just because you have a talk with them. I feel like it's kind of sort of a karma that they have to go through, but I would not worry too much. I feel like I would not worry too much about any of it. It'll get there when it gets there, you know? But that is really interesting, and I hope it's like somehow bringing answers to questions you might have had, or at least giving you some kind of like synchronicities about your own life that might make you understand all this, or make you understand some things that are currently happening in your life. I think this was a very, very interesting pile. This story is kind of fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie. As a filmmaker, I'm living for this. I'm really happy about this. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about all that. Yeah, I have this like unfinished vibe from this pile, so I think it's just not over. So yeah, let me know in the comment if you relate, how you relate, and what this was about. Please let me know. It really makes me feel like I'm doing this for a reason. When you guys leave me comments, it just gives me life. You can also give me a thumbs up so you can support the channel, and follow me on Instagram if you want to, you know, get alerted of the next videos. Well, you can also hit that bell in YouTube. I'm probably going to do polls on Instagram to ask you guys what type of reading you'd love to have, and ask questions, stuff like that. I also post all kinds of things on Instagram. I have 2 accounts, so you can come over there and follow me. And in the meantime, I have plenty of other videos. Explore my channel. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life. Pile number 2, the other rose quartz. Very, very pretty rose quartz. I just saw 1010. If you relate to that in any type of way. So let's start with Jane Austen. What do we have? Wow, that is really pretty. So we have the 4 of Hearts, which is the 4 Cups. And it kind of... the 4 Cups usually kind of relate to some kind of insatisfaction. But here, I'm feeling like it's kind of more like an escape. I feel like an escape. Maybe there was something. It does look like either love or poetry because it has little hearts on it. Let's check the other cards. One check. Wow. All right. So you have the Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen. It's really weird. It's like the Queen of Wands, but it's also the Empress. So, but she's in reverse. So the Empress and the Queen of Wands do have similar energy, which is confidence. And here in reverse shows a huge lack of confidence. And here we have like a male figure. So you might have been more of a male figure or a masculine energy. Which doesn't mean that you're a divine masculine at all, but whatever. Oh, okay. So we have the Tower, which is also 6 of Wands. This Tower is so dramatic, this Tower card. It's not her life that collapses, it's herself, her body. So to me that relates to like maybe a health issue. And then 10 of Clubs. You have a lot of fire energy here. A lot of fire energy here. So we have a bunch of books which talks about knowledge and wisdom and learning and keep on learning and things like this. And then we have the book that he's reading here. Maybe you felt like, okay, let's get this. You felt like maybe you were insecure about something, insecure about whatever was happening in your living life. And I'm guessing it might have been being insecure about a health issue or infirmity or something of that order. but your escape was books and knowledge and stories and storytelling. It's kind of cute. That's what I'm getting. So let me have a look at this card with you guys. So what do we have in the books? The History of Sir Charles Grandison, The Wanderer. We have Female Quixote. We have The Mysteries of Udolpho. We have Belinda. We have Camilla. Wait, what does it say? Camilla, A Picture of Youth. Madame de Genlis, a practical education. So this one is Mary Brunton, Frances Burney, Maria Edgeworth, Anne Radcliffe, Mary Brunton again, Frances Burney, Samuel Richard. I think that's it. I was going to say something, but no, it's Samuel Richard. If any of that relates to anything to you guys, I just wanted to read all the books. All the book covers, because they're really cute, and somebody really took the time to illustrate this. And I don't even see an illustrator name in here. I feel like it's so important that we would mention it though, because those are gorgeous. Illustration by Jackie Oakley. So what's the name of the author? Jackie Oakley. It is absolutely gorgeous. So to me, this relates to health, but I'm gonna check in the little booklet, like card by card, just to make sure, because like this book is new, in case you didn't hear the. Okay, so 4 cups, 4 hearts. Okay, throat already. Feel like they didn't have a right to speak. Happens to me a lot during readings, especially bigger cards. Contemplation. In Sense and Sensibility, Colonel Brandon is silent, sensitive, rather grave, and given to contemplation. It makes a lot of sense if you have any type of like mobility issue, that you would be kind of like forced into contemplation. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm getting a vibe of immobility here. Queen of Cups. That's what it is. Okay. The Empress, Enthusiasm. Marion Dashwood, in Sense and Sensibility, is passionate. She does everything with warmth and zeal. That is really interesting. That's a really cute depiction of the Empress energy, but this one is in reverse. So your character, which is yourself in a past life, is the opposite of that. So really, like, maybe that person was afraid. So you were afraid to be passionate. You were afraid to show warmth and zeal and enthusiasm about things. Afraid in the sense of maybe you felt like you were not deserving of certain things. That's it. That's what I'm getting. Okay. And then we have the 6. Okay. So the 6. There you go. 6 o'clock. The Tower. So. Revelation. In Persuasion, Louisa Musgrove's fall is a disaster that alerts Captain Wentworth to power his persuasion. Oh, so it's kind of like a bad thing for a good thing, and that really makes me think that, sometimes horrible things can happen, sort of being physically impaired. But sometimes you will see that this infirmity could actually push people to develop skills that they would not have had otherwise. Yes, I know we're all thinking Daredevil, but this is probably the worst example ever because it's not realistic. But in this case, I feel like your superpower was knowledge and creativity and contemplation and wisdom that you'd find in books. So, and then we had a 10 of clubs. And the 10 of clubs, again, regular tarot, 10 of wands. 10 hard work. She who reads such a large stack of books has worked hard for her knowledge and success. So we had with the Queen a mention of Sense and Sensibility that came out twice in this reading. So Sense and Sensibility might be something you want to read about, and I think there's a movie about it. There's probably at least one about it, right? So that might be something you want to look into to kind of get a vibe and a feel and relate to that past life. So let's check with my regular everyday tarot what more information we can get about this. Okay. There's a lot of reverse energy. I feel like you wanted to be able to give and take, and you felt a sense of restriction. I feel a lot of passion that is kind of cut short. So yeah, you wanted to give and take, but it was not an option for you somehow. You wanted to be able to, I feel, build, make money, create a family, all of that. But that was all taken away from you. And I feel like your only option in life was probably to be locked inside with books. I feel like that was your main thing. That was your only escape. It was to escape through other people's stories and not your own, because your own couldn't be lived the way you wanted to live it. And I'm really sensing that it was from some kind of infirmity. Yeah, you didn't even get a chance, I feel like. You might even have died young. And the way this might relate to your current life would be that you'd be too afraid to go for your passions. You almost feel either undeserving or not allowed to express your passions, or feel like if you would even try, it would be cut short. Or you might be the opposite. You might live your passions very intensely to the point that people are worried for you, and being a little daredevil, because I mentioned the movie, because you didn't get a chance to do that in a past life. Okay, so I was checking how it affects this life. Yeah, a lot of ideas. So all that knowledge and all that wisdom that you've gained in past life somehow is still somehow embedded into your soul. And even if you do not remember everything you have learned in past life, obviously, it's kind of like reset, but it's also kind of hidden into your higher self. So it's kind of like a hidden knowledge that if you would meditate in this life, you would just have access to. And the way you have access to it is, instead of getting just download of information, what you do get is inspiration. You have ideas. You have different ideas that you get bribes of, and then you mix them together and you create a new creative idea. So you're probably a very ingenious person. I don't know why I'm getting a vibe of engineering things or inventing things. That is really interesting. Those piles are everything. I'm really liking this tarot, the new Jane Austen tarot. There you go. Oh, all right. Okay, so there's this vibe of feeling stuck in one place, feeling like you do not get to move much, you do not get to travel much, or maybe you kind of get the same amount of situation where Maybe it's like a group of life that you agreed in your soul contract to live that is actually, oh my God, I'm getting chills. That is getting you stuck somehow in like in movements. So it could be that now you can move your body, maybe, but maybe you cannot travel, which is totally understandable if you're young and watching this and then there's COVID and you're thinking, oh, traveling is really limited again and you cannot go anywhere. And then you feel like it's kind of unfair, but the reason is because you're meant to stay in one point and you're meant to get ideas, get those genius ideas. One of those ideas that you're meant to have, that you're meant to download and put into physical form. Once that'll be done, I feel like it'll open the gates for you to travel the world. And I know COVID doesn't depend on us individually, but it's on all of us individually to do the work so the collective can enjoy it. But you can only work on yourself, you cannot work on other people. You can just inspire them. That's what I'm trying to do here. I keep on wanting to cough, but only during this pile. Maybe it was something that attacked the throat. I know there's been pandemics of tuberculosis, because we're talking about COVID. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. Didn't we have the Three of Wands earlier? No, we didn't. Three of Wands, Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups, we had another queen here. There was this very sweet energy. Oh, okay, yeah. There is this really sweet energy. This energy that's like more wanting to take a leap of faith, and I feel like maybe there was a special someone, or there is now a special someone, and you're wanting to take a leap of faith. Okay, let me download those informations. Yeah, I feel like there is a special someone that is kind of like a beam in the darkness, or like a light in the crowd, and you want to take a leap of faith. And I don't know, there's something about this person, but there is still something above you that's like, I don't know, like holding you back. Okay, so much queen energy. Maybe I was wrong with that male energy. Some of you might have been like very female energy. If all that queen energy together might even make me think of, oh, okay, got it. I feel like you might be into someone, but that person's into someone else. The fact that we have three queens makes me think that it could be LGBT. But definitely, I feel like there's a third party situation. But instead of and I feel so there's two stories here now for those current lives. There's either the story where this is a love story, and then you're kind of wanting to go for it, and it's on your mind, but there's some kind of third party involved with them, and so you're afraid to be in competition because in your past life you've never had the same things as other people had, and so you feel like you've been so deprived that you don't even stand a chance. And now you feel like you're being in a competitive setup, or that could also have a trait to social life and work life, and then you feel like you are afraid to be assertive, you're afraid to share your ideas and make friends, just simply because you're afraid of competition, because in the past that was also not an option for you. People just wouldn't listen to you because you were different. Yeah, you need to take action. Whatever is happening in your life, you need to take action about it. Tell me how this relates, please. So you had a lot of those like oracle cards. So there is commune with nature. So whatever you were doing in your past life you still need to do again. You see how it was in nature, you see how those cards were going well together. Going in nature and thinking is something you need to do. I don't know why I'm thinking right now about Think and Grow Rich. Maybe you need to read that book. Deal with the dirt. Oh, wow, this one never comes out. So it's an oyster, if that relates to you in any type of way. So deal with the dirt is, I just feel like maybe there's something that's embarrassing you. I feel like that's the feeling I was getting from the Jane Austen tarot, is an embarrassing, like something was embarrassing. So in a past life that might have been your body and whatever was wrong with it, and then in this life there's something embarrassing about you, and so you feel less than others because of it, but you need to deal with it instead of trying to hide it. And with the dirt, I'm kind of getting for some of you that it could be poverty, but I know it's not going to be for all of you. Discover the pattern. So that is all about noticing patterns in your life, but it's also here the pattern with your past life. So maybe if it's not obvious with this reading, you need to go around YouTube and check for other past life readings and get maybe a few of them, like do a few of them until you're getting the pattern in between all those readings. I think I've done some before. I totally done some before. You can just look through my channel. I have a whole playlist with just pick a cards, so you can kind of discover the pattern and figure out what this is all about for you. Then there is stand up for yourself. That I think is, for this current life, the fact that I feel like there's competition somewhere around you. Someone wants the same lover as you. Someone wants your job. And you are afraid to stand up for yourself. You're somehow ashamed of who you are or where you're from or what you've done or whatever. And then you feel like you are not entitled to stand up for yourself. But yes, you are. And you need that queen energy. You need that Queen of Sword energy, you know? Between dreams. Oh, that is really cool. I think you might have had dreams about your past life, or you might, and you didn't even know that's what it was. But you need to maybe keep a dream journal or something that'll just help you find the key to all of this. The key to your current problems is in your dreams. That is really, really interesting, you guys. Honestly, I love those past life readings. They're always the most interesting. So, I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know how you relate to all this. You don't need to tell me all of the dirt. You can just like tell me real quick what this is all about and how you feel about this past life. Do you relate to it? Does it resonate? Just let me know. Tell me about yourself, about your life, about what's going on. Leave me a thumbs up as well and hit the bell button to be notified of the next video that I'll be posting, because that way you can support my channel if you like my videos. And you can also follow me on Instagram to also follow what we're going to be doing in the next readings and all that. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life. Pile number 3. All right, let's get to your Jane Austen cards first. All right, so we have music, and this being the first card, I feel like music was at the center of your past life. You might have been a professional musician, a composer, or something of that order. 3 of Clubs is the 3 of Wands. It's talking about taking a leap of faith. I feel like it's having faith on your skills, in your skills. Okay, let's check. Then we have the Magician, which is the King of Wands, which is also about confidence and magic and manifesting. And this one is kind of about writing. And I like, you know, with this one coming with that one, I kind of see like composing music. Maybe I'm too far. You see how we have different instruments, and then we have this lady. This lady who's like writing at her desk. Aren't those illustrations everything? There you go. So composing, I feel, is like kind of big. And then we have the Ace of Spades, which is the Ace of Sword. And look at this distinguished gentleman. So cute. And that's a card that to me talks about ideas and excitement about the ideas that you're getting. So it's a very passionate card. Oh my god, the Justice card. The Justice card is probably one of my favorite of the whole deck. Look how gorgeous it is. All right, so before we were interrupted by Miss Najwa, I was saying Libra energy, but also something about being fair. I'm thinking when I have justice at the same time as art, I'm thinking either intellectual property laws, something having to do with that. So either a contract, so that could be a work contract about being a musician of some kind, or it could be fighting for your intellectual property. It could also be with a magician. It could be talking about manipulations and contracts and stuff like that. So either being manipulated or manipulating other people. It could have, that could be a lot of things. I almost want to take more Jane Austen's cards. I love that the king, okay, maybe that's a message for one of you. I love that the king is a woman, and that makes me think of that song Daisy. It makes me feel the song Daisy, and it makes me think of another song called King. I think it's by Years and Years or something like that. I got so disrupted by Najwa. A bunch of cards flew out, and some even flew on the floor. It was everywhere. So I guess there's a long story to this pile, which is very different because I was not going to do this much with this brand new tarot, but I guess we're doing it. So we have the Emperor being the super confident card, but look at him. Look how cocky he looks. Like, I feel like that's the best description of the Emperor that I've ever seen in any illustration of tarot. And then so those two came out together, so let's keep them together. Then we have the Nine of Hearts, which is the Nine of Cups, which usually talks about having it all but being dissatisfied somehow. So it's like being very satisfied but not really, you know. And I feel like we're talking about art and magic and justice and, you know, ideas. So I feel like a lot of an intellectual vibe with the 4 first cards over there. And here we're talking about being a little pedant, a little cocky, and a little, I know I have a lot going on for myself. I have everything I ever wanted. But somehow, yes, of course I'm satisfied, but no, I'm not. Oh, another song's coming. Okay, this song is, what's the title? I think it's Hollywood by Madonna. And I just saw 47, which is my lucky number, which means this pile is blessed. It's like I'm satisfied. That song Hollywood is like I live in Hollywood and my life is so perfect, but really it's like cardboard decor. And deep down, even though I have everything, do you think I'm satisfied? No, I'm not, because there's something that's missing. Which is really odd, which sounds really inspiring if you're doing music, honestly. We have the 5 of Cups here, the 5 of Hearts, 5 of Hearts, 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups talks about being dissatisfied as well, very dissatisfied, although you have everything to be satisfied. And it says, you pierce my soul, I am half agony, half hope. This thing, when I saw it yesterday, it got stuck in my head. Like it sounds like, the most passionate love ever. And I feel like from someone who's so artistic and kind of mad. So with the magician, I'm getting like a witchy vibe, which does not have to be witchy in the sense that we hear it today, but just someone who's just extremely passionate about the good and the bad, and so they put a lot of emotions into everything. It like has a water sign vibe, like although we don't really have a lot of like that many hearts in this deck, in this pile. I'm getting a water sign vibe in the sense we have art and magic and all those things that sounds like so emotional. And then we have this, which is absolutely amazing. Half agony, half hope. It's funny. Then we have Jack of Hearts, and that would be the Page of Cups, which is like a passionate card as well, but maybe a little immature. I'm gonna check in the book what it's saying. I'm just gonna set it here. Then we have Upside Down, which is the Death, which is also the 4 of spades, which is a 4 of swords. The 4 of swords. This is low-key mathematic to try to figure out all of it, and at the same time channel the energy. So 4 of swords, it's kind of funny because 4 of swords, I'm seeing like the rest energy. So restless energy. Yeah, there is a restless energy. I feel like it's the energy of someone who's like constantly passionate, like a lot of want energy, but also water. And it's so fire and water, and someone who's constantly working. We also have like air energy because there's such an intellectual vibe, and someone is constantly working and cannot stop. And I feel like the reason they're constantly working and cannot stop is because if they stop, they're thinking about agony that the previous card was talking about. So let's talk about the Death. Death means change, and in this case it looks a lot like death. This funny, when I first saw this card, it made me think of Little Women when the little girl is sick. Is it Emma? What's her name? I forgot. But you know that character, the little girl, when she's sick, it makes me think of this. Some reason, it's probably from one of the books, but I cannot really say which one. So the fact that like this death is kind of like is in bed. It's like in bed rest, waiting for death. And then we have the Four of Spades, which has a resting energy. It's kind of like, and it was upside down. It's kind of like it's only taking a break. It's not the end. If this message relates to you in your current life in any type of way, I feel like it was meant to find you, because I have no idea what it means, but I know it was a message for someone. So there's been a big breakage in something which was not the end, but it felt like the end. Wow. Three of Spades, which is Three of Swords, which is a heartbreak. It cannot be more clear in this, honestly, in this pile. The only one that I'm unsure about in terms of cards is this Jack of Hearts. English is not my first language, and I didn't grow up with the playing cards being called their actual English names. So I'm hearing sick to my stomach. Something. I feel like this love was so unhealthy, obsessive, and intense that it would make you in your past life or in your current life sick to your stomach. Charm. Jack of Hearts. Charm. Pride and Prejudice. Lydia Bennet is young, charming, and full of romantic notions about handsome officers. That is really interesting. All right, okay, I'm getting what this is about. This is about somebody who's a bit of a hoe, and I feel like this someone is kind of cocky, kind of a bit of a hoe, and it got them into a heartbreak because someone was like probably not okay with this. I almost want to take cards for the other party. I kind of want to check where that Four of Spades one. I'm having so much fun with this deck, you guys. Transformation. So after Marion Dashwood nearly catches her death of fever in Sense and Sensibility, she changes her mind about Willoughby. Okay. Oh, here you go. So transformations are occurring. And so a transformation through heartbreak. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see the regular tarot to see what we're getting from this pile. So yeah, we have an artist here. Whoever you were in a past life, you might not even do art anymore in this life, but in a past life, you were 100% an artist. And if you still are in this life, please let me know about your art. Leave a link. Tell me to check out your YouTube channel if you have something, or your Instagram. Let me know in a comment, what do you do and what you think you were doing in a past life, what type of music you would relate to. Queen of Wands. I was like, did we have a Queen of Wands? Yes, we had a Queen of Wands that's also a magician in this tarot. So you have twice this energy. And the Queen of Wands, honestly, we had the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, and the Magician. And those are cocky bitches and successful people. So I feel like you were very proud in a past life. I feel like art was your everything, but you never had a family, but you did have a lot of friends. So the vibe that I'm getting from this is, because you never had that love that you lost, or that was like half agony, half bliss, you never had a family with this person, but you had a lot of very cool friends. And I think your friends were very intellectual. I do not know why I'm getting like, what is the name of that movie? There's a name of that movie. Is it Midnight in Paris? When he goes through different past life and he meets is like favorite authors and like different artists from past centuries. I'm getting this vibe of like old Parisian nights where you get to meet, like I'm getting like the Century Lights, the Renaissance, that sort of era where everybody was so intellectual and so artistic and so what is it called? So extra. Like, what is the name? Like, oh, there's a word for it. Why do I always lose my words when I'm shooting? Oh, so regal. That's what I'm saying. So maybe, I don't know, 30s, 20s. I'm getting a vibe like this. Okay, delight and daring. Oh, so someone that was so daring in their professional life, and I feel might not have been daring enough in their personal life. But that is interesting now. Maybe you were also confident with everyone, but there was this one person where you were kind of impressed by your own emotions and feelings for them, to the point that you wish you would have dared to come to kind of fight for them, but you didn't because you were too proud, and then you felt very sorry for the rest of your life. That's really sad. But the fact is, we're trying to see how this relates to your current life. So is there something or someone you don't dare going towards in your current life because you're about to miss out if you don't make an effort now? And you should be scared of missing out more than scared of going for it. Because I feel like if you're going for it, it's going to be extremely positive, because there's like an energy of success in this pile that is quite rare. Make manifest, and I see that. So make manifest means like, come on, build it like a beaver, but also I feel like you're protecting yourself. And with this energy of creativity, I feel like artists are so sensitive deep down, and it doesn't matter, even like those gangsta rappers, deep down they're a poet, like they can act as gangsta as they want. Deep down they're a poet. So I don't know, this could even relate in the other way. Maybe you're watching this and you're wondering why you're not getting through with this person who might be a gangsta rapper. And then you don't get it. Well, that's your explanation. Your explanation is this person might be very gangsta looking, acting tough, but they're not like that when it's in front of you. Then we have Heart's Home, making a home, creating a family. This is something that's important. Creating a home and a family. It doesn't always mean having children, It does not mean having children. It means creating a sense of well-being, a place that's yours, and share it with someone important. And creating a family with that person could be a family can be a couple. A family can be a couple with a cat. It does not have to be children. If it were about children, I think we would have more children cards here. This is all about sharing good things. I almost see like recreating this regal vibe, but this time you'll get to share it with your lover. And I'm guessing this person is also in your life currently. Why do we get so many love readings at the moment? Like even when it's not about love. And then we have cyclicality, which means that whatever happened before is gonna happen again, but this time you get a chance to switch it. And then we have like the goddess sign on this one, which kind of always calls me out. And then there's like baby's breath. It's called elderberry, if that means anything to you, but it looks like baby's breath. And to me, that means that it's kind of like this, there is this feminine energy in your life, this goddess energy. And I almost feel like that's how you see this other person. You see them as a god or a goddess, but I feel like it's your probably, I'm getting quite a lot of masculine energy from this point, so I'm guessing it would be your divine feminine, and they have, yeah, sort of a goddess energy, and they seem fragile to you. That's what I'm getting from this pile. They seem fragile to you, but also they can quite a time feel kind of cold, and you're not sure how to approach them, but you have to, and I'm sure it's going to be positive. Just to put your soul at ease, like, what if you were to approach this person? What would be their reaction if you were to approach this person now? Oh wow, a card flip, and then still when hidden in the middle. That's how much you don't want to talk. Where'd it go? Oh my god, it was so well hidden. Oh my god. Yeah, they'll be open to start something slow. It's slow energy. I mean, it is fast energy, but it's like they'll be willing to start something, a small step, but they'll definitely go for it. So, for example, if they might only be willing to kiss you before you even start having a big talk, they'll kiss you real quick. As soon as you say what you have to say to them, they'll kiss you immediately. But then they're not sure, you know? That's kind of what I'm guessing from this pile. This wobbly table is driving me insane. Yeah, it says go for it. No matter what anyone tells you, go for it. Go for it. You need to follow your heart. That's what it says. So I hope you did enjoy this reading. It honestly, all of them are so interesting. Tell me if you relate to any of this into your own personal life. Please let me know about it. I really need to know. I need to know how this relates to your life. I'm serious. I really do need to know how this relates to your life. I had so many cards for you from this brand new deck, and I enjoyed every single one of them. They're so amazing. I'm so happy with this deck. I'm so happy with this pile. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you feel about your reading. If you resonated, please let me know, because your feedback really means everything to me. It just it builds up my confidence as a psychic to know that I help you guys. So it's really important. Also, please support my channel. I'm putting a lot of efforts into those videos. If you want to keep seeing them, hit a thumbs up, hit the bell so you can be notified of the next videos, and join me on Instagram if you want to participate in the polls. There's gonna be polls to pick the next pick a card topics in case you have personal question and you don't want to book a personal reading. That's your chance to maybe have your question answered. So I love you very, very much, and if you're an artist, also comment your art. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life. I can see her.
Mommy can see you. Heavy. She can see you heavy.
Najwa. Najwa. Okay. Let's focus on our reading because we have one pile left. All right. Pile number 4. Let's discover what your past life's about. We're gonna start, yes, Cecilia. We're gonna start with the Jane Austen. Okay, so we have. Okay, so this is the Nine of Spades, which is the Nine of Swords. We have the Eight of Clubs, which is the Eight of Wands. Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands. What do we have from here? So far, with this one, I'm getting a vibe of wanting to feel bad, or feeling bad and feeling anxious or depressed, although there's more than anything to be happy in your life. It's just that somehow you're focusing on the wrong things, or you're creating limiting beliefs in your head. This card shows opportunities for growth, which is probably coming from all the fear and anxiety, and just choosing to use it to grow instead of using it to just be in a victim mentality. So what was it about? Oh, we have the star, and this one looks like a Hollywood star vibe. I really like this vibe though. Do you know how like old Hollywood stars were like so unhappy, but yet they had everything? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting so far. Then we have the Jack of Diamond, which would be the Page of Pentacle, which would be the beginning of something, beginning of success. So maybe you were beginning to have some kind of success in your life. There was plenty of hope for the future, but you were kind of dwelling on the negative aspects of it. And then we have the Three of Hearts, which is the Three of Cups in regular tarot, which talks about friendships, celebrations, and very pleasant things. I am very tempted to pull more Jane Austen cards, because I'm starting to completely fall in love with them, and I want more. So, but so far what I'm getting is like a beginning of success in something, and I don't, maybe it's because of all those book adaptations, but I feel like it might have been some kind of fame coming with it, you know, some kind of like, this always happens. All right. Oh, I see. So we have the devil that we have the devil first. So let me take the devil first. So this devil energy seems like, because we're only seeing a man on this illustration, I almost feel like someone else was the devil in your life. Someone else was giving you help. It could have been someone you were working for or working with, or someone that you were somehow in a relationship with. But because he's so separate from the rest of the cards and the way he came out, I kind of feel like it's more someone that you were working with, and it has nothing to do with your personal life. Then we have the Four Little Hats, which is the Four of Clubs, which is the Four of Wands. Oh yeah, and the devil was the Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is like, oh yeah, for sure. Five of Wands is conflictual energy. So in this deck, I guess that the devil represents someone you had like extreme beef with and was giving you hell, sort of a bully. And in this case, because I'm getting this old Hollywood vibe, I'm almost seeing like this horrible Weinstein type of producer who just give you hell, and you were like this young, fragile little lamb actress. And then we had the Four Wand. You know, with those hats, I really get an actress vibe, like changing hats, changing personalities, adapting. Ten of Diamond, which is Ten of Pentacles, which again confirms that we had everything we wanted. We had everything we wanted. We were very successful. We were very well praised. Everything was good. And I also see that there was a lover and things seemed to be very good with that person. But somehow there was a bully around. And I kind of want to know more. So let's check your everyday tarot cards that I pulled earlier in this deck. All right, so someone was definitely hurting you for real, like breaking your heart. So this person, the devil, might have been like maybe an ex-lover, but it doesn't have to be. It might have been a teacher. It might have been a teacher because we have like the Page of Swords with us. So someone we were learning from, someone, I feel like this was an older man and you were like a younger figure. Oh, wow. We have the Nine of Swords twice. So there was this depressed energy, although everything seems fine in your life besides that one issue. So I feel like there is trauma. If it's someone, I feel like a father figure or a tutor. Plans for traveling. Maybe whatever was going on in your life, you were traveling. Maybe you married well, but I don't think so because I really see a personal success here. But okay, so whatever was sad gave you a lack of choice. It was a tyrannic energy, someone who imposed you a lot of things that you did not want. Maybe it imposed you to move away from your lover because you have the King of Wands and King of Wands. You have the King of Wands and King of Swords. So there are a lot of like very strong, imposing male energy. There's definitely a guy. Okay, so then we have a lot of success energy again, which is like Seven of Pentacles, and then you have the Six of Cups. Well, Six of Cups obviously relates to the lover. Oh, well, here you go. In this deck, the Six of Cups is the lover. So you have a second confirmation, which is absolutely insane to have two confirmations in a pick a card deck like this. Pick a card like pile like this. So with this one, I feel like there's almost a running away energy. I think you might have ran away. The solution, yeah, here you go. The solution was yours. In the Ten of Swords, I feel like this one is way more explicit. So you see how she's crying with the Nine of Swords, sorry. She's crying and trying to find solution where really the window's right there. She can just jump and run away. And I feel like that's kind of what you did. You probably like ran away with a lover, abandoning maybe something you were being groomed to become, maybe abandoning the success, but I don't think you did. Like I feel like only abandoning like whatever hurt you. Let's try to figure it out further because this is an interesting story, but I feel like it's incomplete. Okay, dive under the surface, Orca. Oh, I see. So on the surface, you look like you have it all. You look like it's so funny. I don't know why the orca makes me feel like I have to mention the beluga whale for whoever it resonates to. So yeah, I feel like starting over is coming through too. Number 9, number 1. But the thing is, I really do feel like on the surface, you had to appear absolutely perfect all the time. Your life appeared completely perfect all the time. And everybody envied you, but deep down, they had no idea how much you suffered, how much there was more than what meets the eye. Maybe a secret lover. Maybe you had to hide that love so someone wouldn't take it away from you. I see a very hardworking person. I feel like you were a very hardworking person. You were forced to work really hard. I feel entertainment. I get entertainment vibe, like circus or theater or dance or Hollywood. Like, you know, when you're forced to work cinema hours and then you get so little rewards for it, and you're like, you seem so rich and so free, but you're really not. It's just an illusion for the cameras. Then you have align your inner compass. So yeah, I feel like you wanted a family. You wanted to move south. You wanted a change because you have the Raven, which is a sign of death, which is a sign of change. You wanted to change. Something was not. Slide into joy. That could have been LGBT. Maybe that's why maybe that's why you had to run away with a lover. Your lover was hidden. Maybe it was because it was a gay lover and you were not allowed to be with that person because it was just, you had to hide this person as a friend, or you had to hide this person altogether. And slide into joy was like, you're doing great, but you're so unhappy and you wanted to change from that into just going towards what makes you happy in the moment. Then we have light in the darkness. I feel like that was your lover. That was your light in the darkness. Why do I keep having those love stories at the moment? It's crazy. I'm trying to figure out what that girl's career was about. And then it's keeping on talking about twin flames all the time. It is really odd. Like, I feel like there's love in the air. Okay, yeah, you couldn't celebrate anything. You couldn't have fun. It's a Britney situation. It's a free Britney situation. That's what I see. Oh, wow. Okay. 701 in reverse. You didn't want to have to give any explanation to anyone. You were tired of defending your relationship or whatever you wanted, or why you were not happy. You wanted a big change. You wanted a tower moment. Oh, I feel like this is tired, and this is a go to hell energy, you know? This is a Taz. Boo. Yeah, this is a sending people off energy. This is no, I'm gonna do me, and it's very similar to which pile? Pile number 1. It was very similar to pile number 1. If you hesitated, they're both your piles. I feel you should watch them both. They might both relate to the same life, you know. I feel like it's the same one for the first pile. It's like the story of someone who was wealthy and wanted to go off with someone who was not wealthy. So it might be the same thing, but LGBT version. This person seems like your past self seemed pretty wealthy, but very unsatisfied. Very, I feel like they were very restricted by their parents, maybe. Yeah, I feel like they were very, very restricted by their parents. I feel a father figure, a tutor. If it's like someone who, or a teacher, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe a Catholic school or something of that order. I see I don't know why I said Catholic. Maybe it was the case for one of you. But it was successful energies. I want to take one more, and I'm going to try to not send it towards the wall this time. I'm sorry, I don't know why this table's wobbly, and hopefully it doesn't make too much noise. Oh, there you go. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely wealthy energy. Very wealthy energy. Let me see what they say about all those cards. I want to see what they say about the Jane Austen cards. And this is messy. I feel like this ended up being very messy. Like whatever decisions you made, it was something that people did not approve of. Because look at this mess. Look how long it takes to sort things out. All right, so let's check what this is all saying, and we'll get more information like this. So you're gonna have to follow my voice if you cannot see, but it'll be fun, I promise. All right, so first we have the star. So let's find the Jack of Diamond. Hope. Jane Fairfax in Emma was orphaned as a girl, yet she grows up to sing, play piano, and sew, and marries happily. Oh my god, I have chills everywhere. That's exactly what I said. Oh my god, I've never had this much chills during a reading ever. This is really weird. Wow. So maybe it was because I had a feeling of a fatter figure, but of the devil, but it was not her fatter. It was not her father. It was maybe her stepdad or the man who was in charge of her education, because she was orphaned as a girl. So maybe an adoptive parent or foster parent or something of that order who just forced her to become like a money machine. Hi, Cecilia. When Cecilia comes over, it's a blessed pile. Let's check the devil. Oh, I love those cards so much. I hope you guys don't get too bored that I read it, but there you go. Temptation. Mr. Wickham selfishly seduces Georgiana Darcy and Lydia Bennet in Pride and Prejudice. I feel like Pride and Prejudice are words that totally seem to fit the expression on his face. I don't know if you can see. So he selfishly seduced this girl. So I feel like maybe that would have been for some of you, an ex or a mentor who was like, I'm going to take you under my wing. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make you a star. And then you followed it and then you felt stuck. Then we have the Three of Hearts. Three of Hearts says celebration. 3 roses represents abundance, festivity, and accomplishment. So it was definitely a success. And then we had the 10 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds are also accomplishments. The fruit of labor in the family garden is a beautiful bouquet. Sit back and enjoy. So lots of accomplishments. So I do feel like it might have been in music as well, some of you. Then we have the 9 of spade. Sorry, they're not in the original order anymore. Anxiety, excessive worry is rarely warranted. You may find that there are flowers where you look for them. So yeah, that was a lot of complaint about this figure that was giving you so much hell when really there were solutions. 8 of clubs. 8 of clubs, we have movement. Vines grow rapidly and bloom swiftly now, with nothing standing in our way. Yep, there was growth. There was achievements. Okay, we also have the 4 clubs. 4 clubs, stability. A set of well-trimmed bonnets speaks of one's wealth and status. Oh, there you go. It was a lot of, it was a Marie Antoinette situation. A lot of outfits. A lot of wealth. Outfits representing wealth. That's interesting. Really interesting. Okay, 6 of heart. 6 of heart, we have love. Jane Bennet and Mr. Bingley truly love each other, unaffected by neither pride nor prejudice. So yeah, people were trying to rain on your parade, but it didn't work because you had a special someone. Maybe that still somehow relates to your current life. The King of coins. King of diamond, generosity. Mr. Knightley is a mature character in Emma who gives wise advice and takes care of others. He gives good advice and takes care of others. Yeah, that was definitely wealth there. Maybe that was the lover. The lover had money too, and he would be taking care of you. I want to pull more cards to try to know how this affects your current life. Okay, you still feel weak. So there was this sort of the 9 of sword energy. I feel like maybe you have anxiety, or you feel too weak to confront bullies, maybe. But there's success energy around you and a lot of capacity around you to achieve success, if that's not already the case in your life, which is a really, really good thing. Oh, there's a sneaky energy. Oh, wait. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which could mean that you kept from all that success, achievements, a great attention to details. Although you're not very strong against your bullies, you are a person that's capable of achieving amazing things. Again, that's like the bottom line of this. I'm kind of glad that although it's talking about lovers, it's mostly talking about achievement for this lifetime. Oh, okay. So there, you might feel stuck sometimes in situations where you wish you would just escape from. So I need to stretch. There's some kind of balance though. You've learned how to balance pleasure and work. Oh yes, confirmation. You have a good balance in between pleasure and work. That's what you brought from your past life. If you hear crazy noises, it's Cecilia trying to climb my closet. I want to know about that lover. Is that lover still in your life? Hidden. A hidden lover. It wanted to come out earlier. A hidden love. Maybe you are closeted. Maybe there's, I don't know, something that's, or maybe you're in a relationship and you're hiding this, someone from your spouse. Maybe both. Where is the devil energy? Who's the person? Is this person still in your life? The devil character, the mentor character. I just saw the devil pass by. Again, don't want to defend yourself. So yeah, I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as a... Oh, you're ignoring it in order to not attract more of that energy into your life. So if that energy is still in your life, I feel like it is not as a person, but as a recurring energy. Like maybe you've had several bullies in your life, but you're trying to not give into those energies. Whenever they're around, you're just trying to ignore it as much as possible because you do not want to give it, you don't want to give it any type of energy or credit into it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your reading, and if you relate to this in any type of way, especially this pile, please let me know in the comments, because it's like, honestly, and check out the pile number 1, because there's definitely the same type of energy. There's also this twin flame energy within it that I don't feel. Give me a thumbs up and hit the bell if you want to see more of my content. I post every Thursday, and yeah, follow me on Instagram so we can be friends, and so we can oh my god, I had so many cards. So you can be friends, and so you can participate in the polls that I'll be doing to pick the topics of the different of the future videos I'll be making and all that. And there you go. I love you very, very much, and I wish you the happiest of life.